Hello, this is Miss Schrader. Today we're going to be talking about some of the paintings of Edvard Munch. My students, you're going to need a piece of paper and something to write with. You're going to take notes, and when you're done, you're giving me between 7 and 10 sentences about the paintings of Edvard Munch. Let's go ahead and get started. This is a self-portrait that he did in 1926. He was born in 1863. He was a Norwegian artist. He died in 1944 in Oslo, Norway. And he's famous for these really sad, depressed paintings that make you question his mental state because really they are very, very sad paintings. And he's got one particular one that is super famous that I'm going to talk about at the end. Now, this painting is called The Sick Child. It's from 1906. Um, Munch's childhood had a lot of illness, bereavement, a lot of concern about mental illness in the family. And so that definitely influenced him as he's growing up. This particular painting appears to have dealt with the death of his sister, who died at a relatively young age of tuberculosis. And you notice as you look at it, we have the child on the left in bed, sitting up, because particularly with tuberculosis, the problem is you can't breathe. It is a disease that takes a long time to kill you. It's been called consumption because it consumes you from the inside. So it's a truly dreadful illness. The person sitting next to the child is obviously just in the most extreme grief. And so a lot of Munch's paintings have this emotional effect that is really kind of jarring. This painting is called Starry Night. It's obviously being influenced by Vincent van Gogh. It was done in 1893 in Askardstrand, a small beach resort south of Oslo. He used to go there quite a bit, and according to the story, this is the view from his hotel. Off to the left and the top, you can see the stars. We've got some interesting reflections of light on the water. And to me, and I can't get an explanation for this, the dark area there does appear to have some sort of a form. The rock perhaps looks like it might have the form of a human being in it. And as I look at the lower part, which also has light on it, it's got this shape there that is very unusual. Munch's most famous painting is this one. It's called The Scream. In fact, in Norwegian, it's actually just called Skrit, Scream. In German, it's referred to as the Scream of Nature. It was done in 1893. It is oil, tempera, pastel, and crayon on cardboard. And he recalls it like this. He says that he was walking at sunset when suddenly the setting sun's light turned the colors a blood red. He sensed an infinite scream passing through nature. And scholars have located the spot on a fjord overlooking Oslo that may suggest the reason for the unnaturally orange sky. But a lot of people look at this, they see the concept of somebody perhaps being in a mental institution, things like that. And it really affects people. It has an emotional reaction. Some people just think it's crazy and funny, but some people are really affected by it. They get this idea of, yes, this is exactly how I feel. It is doubtful that Munch saw this Peruvian mummy um, that was is housed in Florence, Italy. It's very much like his piece, but it's just a coincidence. And once again, the gesture in which the person is holding themselves in the painting and now has become quite famous. This is a lithograph of the Scream. Several lithograms were done in the period just after the painting. It's considered to be very exciting. Some people even point out that the scream is an icon of modern art, a Mona Lisa for our time. Munch's adult life was very similar to his childhood. Lots of health issues in his family. He lived a life that was rather bohemian, not normal, and suffered quite a bit from mental illness in his life. He did quite a few different versions of the Scream. This one is from 1910, and it was in the Munch Museum in Oslo, and it was stolen in 2006, but recovered, excuse me, stolen in 2004, but recovered in 2006. This is an ink version that Munch did of the Scream, done in 1911, I believe. Also, going with that same theme, the anguish, the despair that goes with it, really very, very significant. In the late 20th century, the Scream was imitated, parodied, often outright copied, which led to it acquiring an iconic state in popular culture. It was used on the cover of editions of Arthur Janoff's 1970 book, The Primal Scream. Andy Warhol did a series of screen prints of the Scream. What we have here is the Scream, the mask for the movie The Scream. There are, of course, lots of fun parodies of the Scream. I found so many different things that I could use here. It was just really a whole lot of fun. And this is one of my famous. It is showing a huge set of iconic paintings that we've all studied. The Mona Lisa, the girl in the pearl earring. In the background, we have Van Gogh's Starry Night, also the Scream. And of course, just to make this even funnier, the Mona Lisa has just taken a selfie of the entire group. I absolutely love it. And we'll close by just showing the one of the various versions of the print again, the symbol of angst and misery and life in the modern world. All right, my students, you have been learning some things about Edvard Munch and his painting The Scream. You're giving me between 7 and 10 sentences about what you found interesting, educational, and important.